This conference will now be recorded.
Coming to lookup, if you see, we have two types of lookups. One is connected lookup and the second one is unconnected lookup. What is connected lookup and unconnected lookup? If you see let's say I have a employee source. Okay, I'm taking a expression. Here we are placing a lookup on DEPT table. So what we are doing from based on the employee number equal to employee number, we are going to drag the required columns from here, and later we are using whatever the transformations you want. You can have a filter transformation, and you can connect to a target table. Everything we are doing like this. But there is a transformation. See, this is the connected transformation. If I take source, this is the mapping. If you try to see the architecture, or if you try to see, minimize and see, this is target, a filter transformation, expression, lookup, source qualifier, and source. So the transformations, the lookup transformation is connected, right? So we are calling it as a connected mapping, connected lookup transformation mapping. If you see same mapping, we are getting all these columns. Now, instead of connections, see, disconnect this, disconnect this. What is the condition here? Condition should be employee number, DEPT number equal to DEPT number. I have connected employee number. See, DEPT number equal to DEPT number. Condition should be DEPT number equal to DEPT number. Fine. So we are not going to connect the columns. So it looks like a standalone transformation. See, the, we are not connecting this transformation to expression or somewhere. It looks like a standalone transformation. So we are calling it as a unconnected lookup transformation. What is the difference between connected and unconnected means? See, connected lookup, let's say I want all these three columns. Simply what I am doing in the connected lookup, simply we are connecting all these columns from here to here. But if it is unconnected lookup, we cannot connect. Then what columns you are going to get from the unconnected lookup is, let me first rename UNLKP underscore, we are placing this on DEPT number. Okay. If you go to ports, there is a column return port. See, this is input port, the one which we are getting from the source. We are connecting to this lookup transformation. These are the available ports, that is nothing but output and lookup ports. But what is the value? Now we are not connecting. Previously what is happening, whatever the column, let's say I want the DEPT number, simply I am connecting DEPT number here. Now I am trying to make lookup as unconnected lookup. I am not connecting with any of the transformation. Then here in the ports, what column you want? See, you are going and you are checking lookup table based on the DEPT number equal to DEPT number. Let's say I want a location column. You have to check this. What column you want? Let's say I want two columns. See, that is not possible. The limitation of the difference between connected lookup and unconnected lookup is, if it is a connected lookup, number of columns you can connect. If it is a unconnected lookup, only single return port you will get. Let's say if it is a connected lookup, I want all these three columns from the lookup. Yes, you can get it. But if it is unconnected lookup, only single port you will get it. But what is the advantage? This is the limitation of unconnected lookup. But what is the advantage? Advantage is, let's say here you are going to get the unconnected lookup. Fine. How you are going to get unconnected lookup? Here I'm going to create a output port. I'm making it as location column. See, I have created a output port and I'm creating it as a location column. Here, open the dialog box as we have created it as a output port, right? You can edit the, you can write a command here. Now, if you see lookups, there is an unconnected lookup. This is the unconnected lookup. This is the syntax. LKP dot lookup name. And what is the value you are passing? I am passing DEPT number. So select DEPT number. That's it. So this is the function you are calling now unconnected lookup as a function. In the runtime, what will happen, right? From source to source qualifier, you are getting the data. Source qualifier to expression, you are getting the data. In the expression, you are creating a output port, and in the output port, the condition is you are calling a unconnected lookup. The syntax is LKP dot whatever the lookup name. My lookup name is UNLKP underscore DEPT. Let's say your lookup name is XYZ, whatever the lookup transformation name, and the condition values. What is the condition? On what basis you are trying to look for the values in the department table? I am placing a lookup on the department table based on the DEPT number. So this is the value DEPT number. You are going to pass this DEPT number. So, and what value you are going to get it here? So let's say first record you are getting from the source. Let's say first record you are getting from the source. Employee number 100, employee name Sampath, job, sales manager number, whatever it is. You are going to get all these columns and you are getting DEPT number as 10. And coming to location column, in the location column, what you are doing? You are calling unconnected lookup and you are passing value 10, 10 equal to 10. And what is the return port you have enabled here? What is the return port you have enabled? Location. So for each record, let's say first record you are getting 10, 10 to 10. Maybe the location is USA, department location. That value you will get it into this location column. When you are getting the second record, again second record you are getting with 20. Maybe you are passing 20, 20 equal to 20. If you have a value matching department value, maybe Japan or something, you will get that value. Otherwise, you will get the null value. Same. The functionality is same. It will go and it will check. If you have a matching record, it will get the matching record value. If you don't have a matching record, you will get the null values. But the only limitation is you will get only single value anytime. See, what is the advantage means you can call unconnected lookup as a function in any of the transformations. See what I'm going to do. I have a filter transformation. Instead of calling in the location, in the filter transformation condition itself, see, I'm going to call unconnected lookup and I'm passing value as DEPT number. So here what I'm going to get, I'm getting location, right? Location equal to India. See, instead of calling in the expression, directly I'm calling in the filter transformation condition. If you see, for each and every record, you are calling unconnected lookup, you are passing the DEPT number, it will go and it will check. From the unconnected lookup, you are getting a location value. The location value, maybe you are getting a India, Japan, US or something. Then let's say everything I want to convert upper half. Yes, upper half, the value, whatever the value you are getting from the lookup. From lookup here, you will get either India, Japan, USA, whatever it is, UK, like this. So the advantage is instead of connecting from your source qualified to lookup, lookup to filter, filter expression to filter. Wherever you want, you can call it as a function, and n number of times we can call. That is the advantage. This is the difference between connected lookup and unconnected lookup. Clear? Any questions? Hello?
No, sir.
Fine. Now let me delete this mapping. Let me do a real-time exercise where how to call an unconnected lookup. What is the use case? So if I see, I have a requirement like this. Where is unconnected lookup? Okay, fine. Let me go to the database. Fine. See, this is our table. Okay, I have a table like this. This is my source table data. I want to load this source table data into my target table. My target table is, this is my target table structure. If you see the requirement from source, we are getting data like this. We are getting 6 records. All the set of 6 records, I want to load it into my target table in the same structure. See, student ID, I want here student ID as 100, student name Sampath. Then see, maths, physics, chemistry, these are the column names, right? I want 98, 99, 88, 76, 66, 76, and 86, and so forth, like this. The requirement, if you see, I have 6 rows, 6 rows to single column, that is rows to columns. We need to convert. How we will do? Let's say this is my source record. One record I am getting, this column is repeating 6 times. How to convert the set of single record into multiple records? What is the transformation you are going to use? Hello? I am getting student record with 6 columns. Occurs class. Remember, we have used normalizer transformation to convert single record into multiple records. Hello? Are you not doing any practice? At least remember the concept. See, previously, using normalizer transformation, we have converted single record to multiple records. Now the requirement is from the source we are getting multiple records. Then I want to load it as a single record. How we will do that? Okay, using normalizer transformation we can do that. Now how to convert multiple rows to single record, rows to columns using unconnected lookup we can do that. Clear? So let me import the source and target definitions. This is my source table. And coming to targets, this is my target table. See, from source we are getting ID name. Then I am going to connect ID name. This is ID you are connecting name. See, now we are getting marks. How to load this data? This is my source table data. From source we are getting 6 record. So, but in the target we have columns. But from source we are getting mass 99, physics 88, like this. Are you clear with the requirement, everyone?
Yes, sir.
See, previously, if you see, one record we have converted to multiple records. Number of columns. 100 Sampath, he is having 6 columns. Marks column or 12 months salary or Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 sales. So, single record we have converted into multiple records using the normalizer transformation. Now, we are going to do the reverse case. See, no one is going to explain the real use of unconnected lookup, because just as I mentioned earlier, right, if it is a connected lookup we will get multiple return ports. If it is an unconnected lookup we can get single return port. That's it. But this is the real case example we are going to use. If you are getting data like this, then we have to use the unconnected lookup. Now here what I'm trying to do, right, this is my source table, right? I'm going to place a lookup here on my source table. What is your source table? Student table. See, let me complete this exercise, you will understand. So here, based on id equal to id we have to check, and based on subject equal to subject, I am creating an unconnected lookup. The name is unlkp underscore student table. I am placing lookup on my source table itself. The condition is, if you see, I have created two ports here, that is id equal to id, and I'm going to pass subject equal to subject. See, and what is the return port in the unconnected lookup? I want marks column, so go and connect marks column. I have selected marks column as my return port. Apply. Okay. Now here I'm going to create first column. The column name is, let's say, mass marks. Okay. The same column I'm going to repeat 6 times. let's say. So the first one is mass. The second, let me create this, you will understand. I'm going to create 6 columns. Okay. In the first, all the columns I'm making it as a output port. Okay. Here in the marks column, mass marks, I'm calling unconnected lookup. See, I'm calling unconnected lookup. I'm going to pass value ID, comma, see, mass. I'm calling hard coded value mass. Okay. Coming to the second column, if you see here, I'm calling it as a, I'm passing ID, comma, physics. Here I'm passing ID, comma, chemistry. Let me complete this exercise. You will understand how what is happening when you are executing this mapping. ID, comma, English. I have created 6 output ports in the expression and I'm connecting. See, from source only you are getting ID, name. Now try to execute this mapping. What is happening, right? See, this is my source and source qualifier. From source we are getting ID, name, subject, marks. Here we are placing lookup on my source table itself. Whatever the columns I have in the source table, ID, name, subject, marks, those columns will be available in unconnected lookup. Here I am creating 2 additional columns, ID and subject 1. The condition, I am selecting marks column as the return port and the condition is ID equal to ID and subject equal to subject. That is the unconnected lookup condition. And I am taking a expression transformation, and in the expression I have created a mass marks extra column, and I am calling unconnected lookup as a function. I am passing ID, comma, mass, ID, comma, physics, ID, comma, chemistry. So like this I have created 6 columns, 6 output ports in the expression. Then I am connecting to my target table. This is a simple mapping. Now try to execute your, just a minute. So now try to execute your mapping. This is my source table. See, in my source, I have 6 records. Whenever I am executing my job, what will happen? The very first step will be lookup cache will be created. Even unconnected lookup or connected lookup, we are placing a lookup on a table. Either it is a source table or target table or some other reference table. Whatever the data we will have in the table, with the data lookup is going to create a cache. In my source, I have 6 records. With the 6 records, the lookup is created a cache. From source, now you are going to read first record 100 Kiran. This record is coming from source to source qualifier and it is coming into the expression. And expression, you have creating a mass marks. See, output port. Here, the condition is you are calling unconnected lookup as a condition and you are passing ID, comma, hard coded value mass. So what will happen? You are sending ID, comma, mass, hard coded value mass to the unconnected lookup for looking up. So it will go there 100 and mass. The condition is ID equal to ID and subject equal to subject. 100 equal to 100 and mass equal to mass. So with that condition, first record is matching. See, you are looking for 100 ID equal to 100 and subject equal to match. Based on this, your first record is matching with from your cache, right? From the first record, what is the return port you are selecting in the unconnected lookup? And I'm selecting unconnected lookup. My return port is marks column. So from the selected record, from the matched record, you are selecting 90 marks as your return port. So 90 will come to here. Coming to same cache, the second time you are passing id comma physics. See, it will go here 100 equal to 100 and physics equal to physics based on your search condition, based on your search criteria. 100 equal to 100 and physics equal to physics. The second record is matching. From the second record, what is the return port? Marks column you are selecting. What is the return port you are selecting in unconnected lookup? Marks column. Based on your condition, go and check and get the marks column. So it is going to get 80. So like this, you are going to send hard coded value every time. It will go and it will take each record. We are converting it as a column. Finally the record will be loaded into your target table like this. Clear? Any questions?
No, sir.
So this is the real case. What will happen in the real world, right? For a product you will have different item IDs, so we have to pass the product and item name. Then you will get different values in real time. Many times we will use in our projects. So when you go to interview, the very important questions on lookup is, the very first question is, what is the difference between joiner and lookup? What is the difference between joiner and lookup? You have to prepare a running notes like this. Joiner is a active transformation. Lookup is a passive transformation. If you want, it will work as a active also. Joiner we can use only equiconditions. Remember, the very day one I have explained, when you are using joiner transformations, we cannot use non-equi conditions. Condition is DEPT number equal to DEPT number, but whereas lookup you can use non-equi conditions like less than, greater than, and everything. See, here we are using conditions, operator less than, greater than, not equal to, equi condition, and here it is non-equi condition. Okay, then if you want, you can make it as unconnected lookup also. This one, and joiner also have the caches. Lookup also having the caches, but whatever the caches we are automatically creating in the runtime, that can be reused. We will see in the coming classes. We have different types of caches like static cache, dynamic cache, and persistent cache. In the joiners, in the runtime, master table data is coming into joiner cache and it is creating a cache, right? That cache we cannot reuse, but whatever the cache is created in the lookup as per your execution, right? The cache is going to build in the runtime in the backend. That cache can be saved, and if you want, you can reuse in another mappings. We will discuss tomorrow. This is the difference between joiner and lookup. Coming to the connected lookup and unconnected lookup. Connected lookup and unconnected lookup. Both are same. It will have a, it will be connected with your mapping. It's a looks like a standalone transformation, but here we can get multiple return ports. Here only you will get single return port. And one more advantage of the joiner to lookup is we cannot write any override conditions. But lookup we have seen, right? Lookup override. Yesterday we have seen while we are doing lookup type 2 where flag equal to y. Lookup overrides we can write custom queries. As per your requirement we can do. I will explain how to write lookup overrides. So I told you, right, lookup itself it is going to take 1 week because it is heart of the informatica. If you know lookup, that's it. So we can write custom override queries. This is the difference between joiner and lookup. Coming to connected lookup and unconnected lookup, connected lookup you will get multiple return ports, whereas in unconnected lookup you will get the single return port. Connected lookup, going I will explain later. We have caches, right? I told you, right? Static cache and dynamic cache and persistent cache. If it is a connected lookup, we can make it as a static, dynamic, and persistent cache. But whereas in unconnected lookup, it's a by default static cache. We cannot make it as dynamic and persistent cache. Okay, these are the differences between connected and unconnected lookup. Unconnected lookup, we can call it as a function many times. That is what we did in our exercise, right? Just now. That is the advantage of the unconnected lookup. No need, it will it will be not connected to any of your mapping, but wherever you want, any transformation in the update strategy I want to call, yes, you can call directly into the filter I want to call, you can call. Simply you are going to call this unconnected lookup. Whatever the values you want to pass, you can pass id comma mass, and what is the return port you will get, you can get the return port. Okay, any questions? And when you're writing, when you're using unconnected lookup transformation, right, you will have some important questions like, from the unconnected lookup the limitation is, you will get only single return port, but sometimes the client requirement is we wanted to get multiple values, but I don't want to use connected lookup, I want to do unconnected lookup. Is it possible or not? If you go to interview, they will ask you, see, I want to get multiple return ports. If you want to get multiple return ports, you have to go with the connected lookup. But the client requirement is, the limitation is, in our project we need to use only unconnected lookup. But as per the mapping logic, you need to get multiple return ports. How you will handle means, see, lookup overrides we have. See, you can generate SQL. This is the query generating in the runtime. Okay, let's say you are writing a query. From employee table you have first name you are selecting, middle name you are selecting, or I can place lookup just for your understanding purpose. I can place lookup on employee table only. See, here we have first name, middle name, last name. Now I'm going to generate a lookup override. See, now I'm going to write a lookup. By default in the runtime, just like source qualifier, it is going to generate a query like this. I will tell you. Tomorrow we'll see. But here just we are discussing on the interview questions, right? See, this is your query. So maybe in the unconnected lookup you are passing some value here based on this employee number. Let's say this is in underscore employee number. Based on this employee number you are going to connect, and you are going to get, see, as per the unconnected lookup limitations, let's say you want, either you can get first name, middle name, last name, but the client requirement is we want to get first name, middle name, last name. Then how we will get it? I don't want to use connected lookup. So simply what you can do, right, you can remove, see, first name and middle name I'm deleting, I'm making it as a full name column. The second column I'm making it as a full name. Here also I'm concatenating first name, middle name, last name as full name. into your expression wherever you are calling unconnected lookup internally. In the database itself, we are going to concatenate column 1, column 2, column 3, first name, middle name, last name, and I'm getting it as a full name column. Yes, you can get it. Then the full name column is your return port. You are getting a full name column, but internally it's a concatenation of first name, middle name, last name. Few project you will get these kind of requirements, or if you go to interview, definitely you will get a question on this unconnected lookup. I want to get multiple return ports, but I don't want to use connected lookup. I want to get multiple return ports from the unconnected lookup. Directly that is not possible, but with the help of source lookup override queries, we can get multiple return ports. Got it? Clear? Any questions?
No, sir.
So this is the real-time use of unconnected lookup. So just I'm stopping here today.